we have limited time.
Yeah, we can do it in the Q&A, but
let's do it in the Q&A. Yeah, that's a great idea.
Wanted to welcome everyone here. So happy to be with Purple. The team is awesome and they're out in full force for today's Get Hired Summit. If you haven't yet, go and introduce yourself in the chat. Tell us where you're tuning in from. Tell us what questions you have for Purple, and we will go from there. But otherwise, I will hand the time over to Marvi and the team here to share a little bit more about career opportunities at Purple and all of the fantastic things that are going on there. They're growing like crazy. So Marvi, without further ado, go ahead and take it away.
Okay, thank you so much for that intro, Luke, and for having us here today. My team is really excited to be here. And they're going to be introducing themselves here in a little bit. So I won't do intros for the whole team just because you'll get to hear from all of them. I have a very talented team of TA recruiting professionals here in the room that I get the honor and the privilege to mentor and to coach as they are part of the recruiting efforts here at Purple. So just a little bit about myself. I'm Marvi Blandon. I'm head of recruiting here in talent acquisition at Purple. I've been with Purple for about 2 years. And really, we're just going to talk about why Purple is such a great company to join right now with the hyper growth that we're experiencing. So I have a little presentation that we put together for all of you attending our session. We'll have Q&A at the end. We also have our diversity, equity, and inclusion leader here joining us, Karen Rodriguez, and she'll also be talking a little bit about her efforts and how we partner with her at the end. But with that being said, we'll just get right into it so we can have some, a good conversation here with what we're doing. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and look for my PowerPoint here to share. Just bear with me and give me 1 minute. How's everybody doing today? I don't know if maybe, I'm sure probably people are muted, but would love to hear, I don't know where people are coming from or what companies you're joining us from in the chat so that the team can also see this. Okay, and can you guys let me know if you see my screen now? Hopefully you guys can see it there. Perfect. Thanks for the thumbs up, Haley. Okay, perfect. So like I said, we are the talent acquisition team here at Purple. Just for those of you who don't know anything about Purple or who we are, I thought I would just add a slide here about our founders. Purple was founded officially in 2016. But it didn't start all in 2016. Our founders, the Pierce brothers, actually, started the research and development behind the Purple technology, also known as the hyperelastic polymer, back in the early 90s, actually late 80s to be more exact. So the technology behind Purple has been evolving over 2 decades, and it's just been an accumulation of research, development, innovation. A lot of bright minds behind, the amazing technology and products that we have launched up until today. So that's just a little bit about the history of the company. I'm also going to showcase some of all of our facilities as of today. So some of you might have seen on your way driving, if you're local to Utah, I-15, you can see our building. We actually share space with a couple other companies in this building in Lehigh, where our headquarters is located. So this is a picture here of one of our angles, our main entrance of our showroom, which is located in the first floor of our headquarters building. And this is where some of my team members are actually housed. So I have some corporate recruiters here that are joining us, and you'll hear from them shortly. Our corporate headquarters opened in 2020 last year, just right before the pandemic hit. So for those of us who are here at Purple, we were able to be here on site full time for about a month before we were asked to work remotely. And so it's been fun to slowly be coming back for those of us who have the ability to come back, and just to start seeing people again as we gradually come back to the office. We have about 600 corporate employees right now, and that does include our corporate workforce and our customer care, which is a pretty large and critical department at Purple. And then we have Purple West, or what we call internally as Purple West, which is our manufacturing facility out in West Salt Lake City, Grantsville. It's part of Tooele County, for those of you who don't know where Grantsville is. This manufacturing plant was opened in 2017, so it's been open for about 4 years, and it's a 248,000 square foot facility. So it's pretty large. Sometimes I've had people ask me if it's open to the public, and unfortunately, because of all of our patents and you know, kind of legal protected things that we're not really able to disclose, you can't just do have an open tour. But there's a lot of things that we are willing to share, and there's a lot of videos that kind of show, you know, the inside life inside of our Purple West manufacturing facility. And so hopefully you guys can, if you guys are interested in learning more about our manufacturing plant, you guys can probably Google some fun info there, and also some of our YouTube videos show a little bit about snippets of our manufacturing plant out there in Grantsville. And then last but not least, we have Purple South in McDonough, Georgia, which is our current manufacturing facility. And I just realized I actually didn't get a specific number for the square footage. So I'm sorry about that. I forgot to take that out because I did not hear back from the person I was inquiring this information from. But it is a pretty large facility, probably comparable size to our manufacturing facility here in Utah. And this one opened just recently in 2021, beginning of the year. And let's see, I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Yeah, we're expanding a ton this facility, so we're probably going to have additional space here, something to be noted that my boss was actually just reminding me of. so just wanted to share a quick picture of that facility. I don't know if we have any people outside of Utah. I'm assuming we do, because I know this is kind of a nationwide event. But if anybody is curious to check out our manufacturing plant in Georgia, if you're ever in the area, this is it. So briefly, I just wanted to, before we introduce the team, and kind of every person on my team is going to talk a little bit about the departments that they support, the recs that they're hiring for. We're going to get into all of that fun stuff that all of you are waiting to hear from us. I did want to talk just very briefly about our Purple values. We have values that we really try to live by. And those 3 values are: invent a better way. We believe that by, you know, inventing things in a better way that creates and brings comfort to people's lives, it's just really going to bring a lot of, you know, good positive outcomes to individuals, to families, to communities. We also believe in improving people's lives through the technology of Purple, which is very unique. I think a lot of times people ask me like, oh, who are your major competitors, Marvia? What would you say is competing against Purple? And I like to answer that by saying we don't really have competitors, because Purple is very unique to their technology. And so we really are one of a kind, right? I mean, we have, I think there's like a social media hashtag going on. It says only Purple. And really Purple is the only company that produces this type of technology, that creates this type of innovation that we take a lot of pride in. And then we believe in making things amazing, right? So what that means to us, sorry about that, I was trying to move my camera here, is that we just want to make sure that everybody has an amazing experience, both from the consumer side, but also as an employee. We care about our employees from an HR people perspective, being in the people HR department, which recruiting and talent acquisition falls under. We really want to make sure everybody has an amazing experience. All right, so with that being said, I kind of introduced myself a little bit, so I'm not going to repeat too much of myself, because I'm excited for my team to also take time to talk about what they're doing here at Purple. But I am head of the talent acquisition recruiting team. I've been at Purple, like I said, for 2 years. And really my focus as the leader of the team is to build the team from the ground up, which I have been doing since 6 months into my role at Purple. I was able to start building the team from scratch, because really recruiting didn't exist before then. We had some of our HR business partners doing the recruiting, and a lot of our hiring managers were doing most of the recruiting efforts. So I've been able to coach and mentor each one of the individuals, members of my team that you'll meet today. Employer branding is also something that we're really trying to tackle hard this year. We want to make sure we have a strong employer brand. Purple has a very awesome brand already from the consumer side, but we want to be one of those companies where everybody wants to come work for various reasons, obviously. And so also we're focusing on some local partnerships with the community so that we can attract more diverse talent. This is where Karen comes in, and she's helping us a ton with this particular goal that we have. And I also have my own sets of roles and recs that I have. For those of you who might be interested in kind of more senior leadership roles, would love to connect with you on LinkedIn. I'm pretty much recruiting for the majority of those, and also coaching some of my more senior recruiters to tackle those roles as well. So more than happy to connect with any of you attending this session or later on our networking session if you happen to be there. We actually have QR codes that you can scan with your phone as each one of us present. That's my QR code right there. It will take you to my LinkedIn profile. And like I said, more than happy to connect and answer any questions that you might have. And that's just a fun picture of my team there that I decided to include on my slide. We recently just finished a recruiting book. It's called Recruiting Sucks, but it doesn't have to. And that was a really fun just experience for our team to go through together in the past few months, where we had an opportunity to read the book as a team. All right, perfect. So I will have now Blake give us his little presentation, and then we'll go from there. Take it away, Blake.
Great. Thank you, Marvi. Appreciate that. Grateful to be with you guys. Thank you for all your comments and questions. And it looks like we have a good group of people here today. So I was brought on to Purple about a little under a year ago, and started recruiting right as the pandemic got into full swing. So it's been interesting to work remote, but I've been a recruiter for the last 7 years, and for the last 2.5 years, I've done a lot of technical recruiting. So software development, DevOps, information tech, QA, analytics, and these are the departments that I help support on the screen here, including analytics, innovations, and some learning and development. But a lot of what I've focused on is definitely working with programmers, engineers, and trying to tell them the awesome experience that it is working for a mattress company as a software developer. And so we have an amazing technology that we sell, but we also have amazing technology on the back end on our e-commerce platform, and also creating a lot of cool technology within the company as well. And so, I didn't know much about Purple till I got here, except for the commercials. And so it's not a requirement to know much about or to have a product, although that is my first thing I get when I talk to someone, is they tell me what product they have and or don't have. And I got to tell you, my favorite product so far has been the Hybrid 4 mattress. If you guys haven't checked that out, take a look at it. We really do improve lives by the products that we invent. And it's really cool to actually get to use that and to have people tell you how much it's changed their lives. And so when I think of just a mattress company, it's so much, or when I say just a mattress company, it's so much more than that. It really has been a great experience. The energy at Purple has been amazing, even during the pandemic. The energy that people have, the passion that the employees have about the product that we put out is palpable. And that really caught my attention when I was interviewing with Marvi for the first time. And so a lot of fun, a lot of a young company, a lot of energy here, and definitely encourage you if you're interested in lead engineer positions, DevOps positions, senior to mid-level engineers, reach out to me, hook up with me on LinkedIn here, and happy to talk to you.
Thank you, Blake. Sorry, I'm gonna try and get this going here. Okay, so now we have Haley. Haley Jones, take it away.
Thanks, Marvi. So hi guys, I'm Haley Jones. I've been at Purple for just about 10 months now. So joined during the pandemic, like most of my colleagues, and it's been a really interesting and fun experience to work remotely and have such a solid team. It's been really awesome. So I am over most of the marketing department here at Purple. So there's several departments that fall underneath our marketing umbrella. We have communications, PR, digital acquisition, product and merchandising design, content, brand. So it's a very big department. And if you're interested in any roles that fall underneath any of those, then I'm definitely the person to talk to. I also work on some of the other departments that maybe aren't so big here at Purple, including the legal department and some of our product development teams. So we have a lot of niche roles. I wanted to mention that. So even if you feel like your experience might not be a perfect fit for a lot of roles, I would still check out our career site, because we do have some really interesting roles that pop up at Purple, including like fashion related roles. I have one of those right now. So yeah, there's definitely a lot to look at on our career site. I will also mention my favorite product, which is the Harmony pillow. That's been me and my husband's favorite product at Purple that we have on every bed in our house. And you know, I would also say that this is a great company for me, because I think you have to be passionate about the products and the company that you're working for. And I love sleep, so it was a perfect fit for me. You can see my QR code down in the corner. Please connect with me on LinkedIn if you have any questions or you want to dive into a few roles a little bit more. I try and be as responsive as possible, which I think that's why Marvy put that as my picture there on the top. But would love to connect with some of you, and thanks so much for joining us today.
All right. Thank you, Haley, so much. Connect with Haley for those of you interested in marketing. That's my plug for her. Okay, so next we have Kelly Ostermiller.
Hey guys, my name's Kelly. I am the manufacturing and retail recruiter. I primarily work out of Key West and Grantsville, but I have a handful of departments that I recruit for. So engineering, production, quality, maintenance, logistics, shipping and fulfillment, retail, wholesale, and human resources in some of our areas. I know we're running out of time, and I want to make sure we get through everybody. So I will just talk to you guys a little bit about retail. It's a huge focus for us in 2021. So we have a lot of opportunities that are coming out, not only in our stores, but in our corporate positions as well. So I definitely encourage anybody who's interested in retail to reach out to me on LinkedIn. And we can chat about the opportunities, because we are growing like crazy and we are expanding all over the country. So we also have so many positions outside of Utah, in field sales representatives and our retail stores.
Perfect. That was awesome. Thanks, Kelly. And thanks for being mindful of time so everybody could go. But yes, if you are interested or know anybody interested in retail, definitely connect with Kelly. And Kelly's awesome. She'll be able to help you and give you more insights there. Okay, so next we have Maria Saavedra.
Hello, my name is Maria Saavedra. I am the high volume recruiter out in Grantsville. I'm going to try and keep it short too, because I know we're getting close here. So I do a lot of the entry level positions that are high volume, such as production, warehouse, shipping, fulfillment, maintenance, transportation, customer care, inside sales, and then corporate facilities such as like security, housekeeping. So mainly entry level with some mid-entry in there. I've been with Purple since December of 2020, so I'm fairly new to the team, but I've enjoyed my time with Purple so far. And right now we are currently in need for a few positions. So if you know anyone, or if you're interested in our full-time local truck driver, home delivery specialist, a shipping fulfillment position, or if you're looking for something currently remote, we do offer customer care and inside sales, which is at this moment work from home, but will eventually transition into the office as well.
Awesome. Thank you, Maria, so much. So yes, Maria will be in charge of everything recruiting efforts wise with high volumes, anything that you can think high volume or entry level at the manufacturing level, she'll be able to answer questions there. All right, last but not least, we have McKay Richens.
Awesome, glad to be here. Yeah, as it says, I'm the newest team member by 3 days. This is my 3rd day. So I can tell you all, my first week has been incredible. It's only going to get better. Purple is the real deal. So I hope that if you have interest, please reach out. The roles that I'm supporting, anything around project management, product development, accounting, finance. So if any of those areas are of interest or you're looking for those, please reach out to me on LinkedIn. So great to be here. Hope to meet you.
Perfect. Thank you so much, McKay, and welcome again to the team. We're super, super excited to have McKay as the newest member of our team. So I'm just going to literally spend just 1 more minute on this slide so that we can leave some time for questions and answers and comments, anything that you guys are dying to hear from us that we maybe haven't covered yet. But just a little bit about Purple's growth. I think it's very relevant to showcase more about our growth because we have been growing. Even during a global pandemic, we hired a lot of people last year. So I'm going to go through some numbers here that my boss actually helped me put together. Thank you, Mark, if you're on the call. and we'll hopefully have some opportunities to speak more about this as we engage in individual or private conversations with some of you. In 2020, we hired 1,100 employees. This does include corporate and manufacturing. So a huge part of our workforce is on the manufacturing side because we are a manufacturing company. And so we did hire a lot of people despite the global pandemic that we were experiencing, right? 77% of growth in 2020. So we went from 900 employees to 1,600. In 2019, we had another 66% growth from 600 to 900. That's actually the year when I joined Purple, which is one of the reasons why, I was recruited to come to Purple because of this growth. And as far as what the future has in store for us, maybe some of you are wondering, this number might be more relevant if you are a future Purple employee or would like to work for us, is the projected growth for 2021 and years ahead of us. So for right now, we are projecting to grow another 800, 700, 800 people. So we're hoping to go from about 1,600. I think we're over 1,600 actually, if I remember correctly. So this number might be, changing, evolving day after day or week after week. But our projected estimated growth by the end of year is 2,300. And also, I just thought it would be relevant to talk a little bit or just mention briefly our turnover rate. I know that's something that a lot of people ask me about. And our turnover rate has averaged in the last 3 years for about 27%. And so we're trying to make that number obviously be lower every year. But the competition, as all of you might know, it's pretty fierce here in Utah with all of the amazing companies that are here in the area that are also trying to search for top talent and convince people to join their teams and their organizations. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about our growth here. And then I actually wanted to give a few minutes for Karen. Karen, if you're still on, I think this would be a great opportunity for maybe you to talk a little bit about our DEI efforts and what you're doing with us or in your own efforts too.
Absolutely. The main thing, thank you for giving me this opportunity, Marvi. The main thing that I want you all to take away, I know that it's very data heavy and obviously, we want you to come and work here. But the case for you to work here is what I like to think that is simple. And it goes back to the values that Marvi mentioned earlier today. At the core, we're about reinventing comfort. And when we look at that idea, we think that reinventing comfort means creating safe environments for everybody to not only be able to thrive and grow professionally, but feel like they are in a space where they belong, feel like they're in a space where they are comfortable enough to share their ideas, engage in community, both inside and outside of our doors. And so when you think about a place where you may want to go and work, I encourage you to look at Purple. As every single one of my teammates has mentioned, we are a company that expands beyond just tech or just retail or just manufacturing. We cover a huge gamut of the business. And that is why we've made it a priority to ensure that we create a safe space for everyone to belong, to feel included, and to be able to thrive and be comfortable as they're thriving. So thank you. I encourage you to come and apply to work here, because every single person that you're seeing on here is freaking awesome. So join Purple, everyone.
Yes, thank you so much, Karen, for your insights and comments there, and for letting everybody know about Purple being definitely an inclusive and diverse place to work. One of the reasons why I really care about Karen's initiatives and what she's doing here, and why it was so critical for us to bring her on board. So thanks again, Karen. All right, well, I think that's really everything we have for you guys in terms of what we were hoping to present. Luke, I know you said you were going to help me with Q&A, so I don't know if you have specific questions that my team can answer, depending on what kind of questions are coming in.
Yeah, the chat has been popping over the last little bit. And so it is great to see everyone joining here. And it's just the tip of the hat to all of the cool things that Purple is doing. If you're in the chat, let us know if you've used or if you've lay on a Purple bed before. It is out of this world. And it's obvious why they're growing so fast, because they've just got such a cool product. With that, thank you all so much for sharing. I've got a couple questions here. Sorry, I'm just going through all of this. Aaron says Purple mattresses look so comfy. They totally are, Aaron. Swapnil asks, do you have any entry-level software developer positions? Can you talk to us a little bit about software development and what opportunities and what leveling you want there?
Sure, Blake, take it away.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, we do hire entry-level positions. Obviously, depending on what you're looking for, typically our entry-level position is web dev, looking at more front end, but we actually have back end entry-level as well as full stack. Kind of depending on what you're looking for, like I said, where your focus is going to be, may have more availability than other positions, but feel free to reach out to me on LinkedIn. Like I said, I'm happy to talk to you about where your interests are and see where a good fit is for that. We do have other entry-level positions that are in other departments. Like we've hired a few QA analysts that are at the first starting of their career or learning it for the first time in being in a business analyst role. And then we also have some DevOps opportunities as well. So.
Really cool. And that's kind of the route at Purple, at least from what I understand, right? If you're entry level on the engineering side, you might go through business analysts or the QA pipeline to work your way into a promotion to a software engineer. Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, your career path is definitely going to be set by, where your interests lie and what you work with your manager to develop your skill sets. A lot of the engineers that I talk to here are able to develop and learn and grow in that part that interests them the most. And so, yeah, if you want to take your interest and move further in it, or if you have a great idea that we haven't thought about implementing yet, a lot of those things are brought to the table and discussed pretty openly with our team, and it's a great environment to learn and to grow in.
Wow, this is awesome. And I'm seeing comments here like Katuska says growth is amazing. So yeah, this is really cool. Whitney asks, what kinds of qualities, and this is maybe outside of the job description, do you look for in new Purple employees?
I can add here, I'm going to bring it back to the values. So we want people who are always thinking of inventing a better way for things. Are you innovative? Are you creative? Do you like to have fun and be a problem solver, right? The second thing is make it amazing, right? So going back to that creativity, we really truly believe that you can make a difference and that your ideas are valuable. And that's why we cherish diversity, and not just demographically, but also diversity of thought. We want to hear and learn about all the different things you have, because all those things are what's going to make an amazing product. And lastly, you know, we really care about improving lives. So you have to be someone that is empathetic, that is a great team collaborator, and then wants to make a difference, not just as you're building a product, but also in the people aspect. You want to be somebody that wants to see the world in a better light. So that's what those are our values. That's what we look for.
You know,
yeah, thank you so much for adding that. Oh, sorry. Can I just add one quick thing to kind of parents? Yeah. I would just say, yeah, you know, in my time in Purple, I've seen how there's so much collaboration. And I think you touched on that, Karen. But I want to reemphasize that when you come and work for Purple, there's a huge, really spirit of collaboration and cross functionalities, right? You know, at first I feel like I didn't really understand what that term meant before coming to Purple, even though I had worked for larger organizations before. But I think we really do that well here at Purple because there's so many departments that will overlap with one another, right? You know, even us in human resources and recruiting, obviously recruiting, we recruit for every single department in the company. So we get to really understand what every team is doing. But just one of my favorite things is just the spirit of collaboration, of teamwork, that you get to partner and learn from stakeholders, from, you know, from an individual contributor's perspective, which, you know, a lot of people here on my team are in that kind of position. They get to really see the day in and out of what a person does every day. And then we get to share that as we're trying to recruit top talent and to present opportunities to those individuals that are interested.
Such a great answer, Marvi. Thank you so much for adding some more context to that. And Karen, thank you so much for your answers too. Excuse me, I had peanuts before this. We've come up on time here, everyone, and this has been so cool learning a little bit more about Purple and all of the growth that's happening. As you can see by that, I think it was 700 positions that you've got over the next year. So there are going to be huge opportunities to work at Purple over the next little bit. So go ahead and click the link below to apply, search and apply for jobs at Purple. And Purple team, thank you so much for taking the time to tell us a little bit more about your experience. And thank you everyone for joining here in the chat. If you are still with us, come to the next session. We've got 2 sessions happening next with Nice in Contact and Pluralsight. So you can come and learn a little bit more about those opportunities. But otherwise, Purple team, thank you so much. You're awesome. Your beds are so comfortable. And we look forward to
Thank you, Luke. Thanks for having us today. It was a pleasure. Bye, everyone.